This cemetery is known to be haunted. Apparently some dark rituals have gone on here in the past. We call out to the spirits at Ely Road Cemetery. Those were parts of like satanic rituals. Can you come towards us now and just give us a sign?
Ooh, A for Amy.
A for Amy.
Can you hear voices?
Yeah.
Vengeful.
Vengeful. That's not good. It is. Crypt Keepers, thank you so much for tuning into Amy's Crypt. Tonight we are at a very haunted cemetery where supposed dark rituals have been conducted. And now, guys, we have visited this on Amy's Crypt before and investigated it here, but we're doing something new tonight. We're actually going to conduct a Ouija board session here, so stay tuned. Ely Road Cemetery dates back to the 1800s and is said to be extremely haunted. It holds many rumours related to dark rituals being performed in the area, which is said to have attracted negative energy to it. Considering the history related to this cemetery and our past success on investigations here, we decided it was the perfect place to test our Ouija board. So guys, it's been a little while since we've come to the Ely Road Cemetery, and it's almost dark, so we're just kind of waiting for that to set the mood, but we thought we'd just see if anything's changed. Maybe there's new rock formations, because, you know, the thing with this cemetery is the rock formations, and people believed that those were parts of like satanic rituals or something. I'm not sure I buy into that, but that's what people say. And we've noticed something that is different. So I don't know if this tree was cut down. I don't remember there being a stump here or a tree. I don't know. But it appears someone has, I don't know, this doesn't look freshly cut down. Not that I know much about tree stumps, but I don't recall this being up on here like that.
So someone's put a tombstone on top of this stump.
Yeah, and maybe that was like this last time we were here. It's something odd that I feel like we would have seen, but didn't, you know what I mean? And maybe this belongs, like there's graves back here, over here, so maybe it belongs somewhere else, but... Oh, there was this. See, we looked at this last time, so I feel like we would have noticed that, but here's the little gnomes and stuff. Is this one broken? Oh, his broken leg now. Oh, that's no good.
I don't think this one looks very satanic.
No. This one I think is cute. I don't actually see any of the rock formations. Like, I don't think people do them anymore. The rocks I found out are actually like remnants from the old chapel, which got demolished because there were so many dark rituals going on in the chapel here. But as far as I mean, there's this one here. I'm going to say that denotes a grave though. Actually, this one spells out A.
Ooh, A for Amy.
A for Amy.
That wasn't there last time.
No, it wasn't.
Because we would have noticed
visited and like left me a little A. Thank you. It's probably not for me, but that's cool. Yeah, so we're just waiting to lose the light. Might go say hi to my buddy George, and yeah, and then we can get cracking. Right, so it's pretty much almost dark. So we've gone ahead and like set up all of the equipment that we want to use tonight, and we're going to focus on this area. If you haven't watched my previous videos on Ely Road Cemetery, I'm going to link them below, but essentially this was the most interesting grave for Jared and I at least. So this is where George and Elizabeth are buried. And the very first time we visited this cemetery, we were here sort of asking, what is your name? And we got a direct response through GhostTube saying George. On a totally separate incident, a separate night, we came back to the cemetery, and that time we were here asking about names and whatnot, and we got the name Elizabeth, which turns out was George's wife. So I don't know how much more relevant kind of responses you can get than that. So this is the most interesting place for me, and I don't know, I just feel really good about this grave and this area. So what I've got set up, hanging on the edge here, This is an iPhone, but it is going to be running GhostTube SLS, which is an app Jared and I developed ourselves. You can download it on Apple and Android for free and test it out for yourself. But essentially it will detect depth of the area that it's filming and look for humanoid figures using very advanced software. So we have that set up to monitor this area of the grave, as well as a REM pod, which is a brand new piece of equipment for me that I just purchased. So that's in there, and basically that's a device that sets up its own field around it, and if anything gets close or breaks that field, it'll trigger lights and sounds. So that's a pretty cool piece of equipment, and I'm happy that I finally got one. Now over here, so Jared and I want to sit kind of here right near the grave, and we're going to play the Ouija board. Now I know that this will be a source of much debate for people in the paranormal community. If you haven't done so already, go and watch my last video, because I discuss a couple of creepy stories about the Ouija board, including the first time I ever used one, which was very, very interesting to me. I have used Ouija boards since. I don't believe them to be demonic or evil, but that's just my own personal feelings. I'm not encouraging anyone to use them. If you're scared of them, just don't use them. It's fine. But I feel like for me anyway, it's an interesting tool that I want to get into trying to use and seeing if we can get any results from it. I'm not actually expecting any, but hey, who knows? This cemetery is known to be haunted. Apparently some dark rituals have gone on here in the past, and we have had some pretty relevant and interesting responses from George and Elizabeth before. So I think tonight it's going to be fun, and we're so close to dark, so I'm very excited. Alright guys, so we've gotten comfy. Yes, we have a picnic rug. That is because there's a lot of bull ants around us, and they really hurt if they bite you. So we've got the Ouija board all set up, ready to go, and if there is anybody here, if there are any spirits or other entities or anybody that would like to talk to us, can you please come close to us? You can try to communicate using the Ouija board with Jared and I, or you can go towards that red light in the grave over there. If you go over there and you get very close to that light, sound and other lights will show, and that will tell us that you're here. So maybe George and Elizabeth are here, or anybody else. And let's just move it clockwise a few times to build up like energy. Very lightly have your fingers pressed on. Okay, a few more times. Okay. We call out to the spirits at Uley Road Cemetery. If there is anybody here that would like to talk to us, can you use our energy? We welcome you to take our energy and move the planchette here on the Ouija board. Can you give us a sign to show us that you're here? Moving this?
Not intentionally. At the moment it says T.
Well, it's kind of already like on T.
So do we count that one? T?
I'm not sure. Can you move the planchette to yes if you are here?
Can you hear voices?
Yeah. That might be motorbikes going past, and I can literally hear them talking.
I don't think that's them. Can you hear voices?
Yeah.
Can you hear voices?
Yeah.
Can you hear voices?
Yeah. It's kind of scary. No, I'm worried there's someone there. And I can't see. Are you moving this?
I haven't been paying attention. It's on G now.
So this has kind of been drifting a bit, but let's just spin it a few more times. Thank you if that is you trying to move the planchette, and let us know that you're here.
G.
Alright, let's move it right down the
G
bottom.
for George.
G for George, yeah, true. George, Elizabeth, or any other spirits, can you move the planchette to yes to let us know that you're here?
I had a weird twitch in my hand. Did you see that?
No. I was filming it though.
I had a weird twitch.
This seems to be moving a little bit, but is this us?
Don't know. Like, is it? Because it's obviously very hard to keep it exactly still, right?
Mm.
It's like it's not moving to yes, but it's pointing at it.
That is weird. I
feel like it's rotating.
Yeah, it's just like spinning on the spot. It's not going anywhere though.
It looks like it's about to go on R. So we've had T. You're not supposed to take your fingers off.
Oh, whoops.
So we've got T, G, R.
Unless that's initials.
Well, unless it's still moving and it's trying to get to C or something, I don't know.
And the thing about the Ouija board as well, guys, is it just our natural pressure and movement. Like, I feel like because we have heard voices and stuff going on around us, like I'm not paying attention, honestly, like it. So it's kind of stopped on R.
R. After each letter, you're supposed to rotate.
Can you go towards, bring the planchette towards another letter if you're trying to spell something out for us?
I'll have to apply a speed up on the video when you edit, because it's
yeah, this
slow.
is very slow.
H.
Or has it stopped on H? Are you pulling this, like, for real?
Well, look, my fingers are like, sort of like, not even on properly. H, so does that count?
Or is it still going? I think it's still going.
I've never done this like this.
Mm.
Is it normally this slow, or is it normally quick?
The first time I played, I feel like it was quicker than this. This is like super slow. But this is also the same. Remember when we played that game in the teacher's camp in the Philippines?
Mm.
That wasn't a Ouija board, guys, but it was the same vein. Like, we had a glass turned over, and I feel like, is it still going?
It's on K now.
Well, it's on K, but still.
Did you ask a yes or no question? Because it's pointing at no. Did you ask a
it
question?
is. I think I just said, can you move towards another letter if you're trying to spell something out for us?
I said no.
Guys, do we look at where the planchette point is pointing or where the little window is?
Yeah, let us know. Or can it be either? How old are you? Does seem like it's moving towards the numbers though.
Or across?
You pushing it?
No. It's kind of like slipping out from under my finger even. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, this one seems more faster than the last one.
I feel like something's biting me. Oops. Finger's falling off.
There's a bug on the board. I.
W-I.
So I could put bugs crawling on my leg.
Yeah, I've got one. I think it just bit me on the arse. L?
Maybe L.
Will?
Well, that's better than the other letters we're getting.
True.
They actually spell out a syllable. Will.
Can we just... I know you're not supposed to, but can we just go like that?
Take it off.
Can you move the planchette? Are you male or female?
It's going to take ages to spell that out.
Just move to M or move to F?
S. It's on S.
It
Wheels?
kind of is pointing to F though.
Okay. S. Wheels.
T.
It's on T now.
So guys, I've just cut my other camera and I'm just going to do 2 hands and see how we go. We call out to the spirits of the Yulee Road Cemetery.
Wheels. Sa.
If any of you are here, we would love for you to make your presence known. Can you give us a sign by pushing the planchette somewhere on the board? You can tell us anything that you want.
G. So will sug. I think.
Maybe this is a new word.
G. I'll be convinced that Ouija boards are real if this just gets snatched out of our fingers right now.
The wind just picked up when you said that. That was creepy.
If this thing just goes and gets pulled from out of my fingers right now, I'll be a believer.
I don't think we've had anything meaningful through this.
I thought Wills was going somewhere.
As
Clockwise.
if there's somebody here with us, can you show us that you're here by moving the planchette to yes right now? It's like it's just going back to G.
G.
I know we're at George's grave, but
Goes to SLS just beeped. Sometimes it does that though when there's nothing there
okay.
for some reason.
But sometimes it does it if a figure appears. If there's somebody over there, can you go towards that red light for us? Go really close to the red light.
Gug? Calling us Gug?
Are you Gug? Alright guys, that was kind of interesting for our first go. That's the first time Jared and I have ever alone played the Ouija board together, and I can't tell you that we got anything actually meaningful. Like, sure, it did appear to move to some letters, but none of them really, I mean, I'm gonna have a look back and see if I can make sense of it, but nothing really distinct seemed to come out. It seemed a bit like gibberish, to be honest. I also can't tell you, honestly, that wasn't just us moving it, because the way that you sit and you're holding up your own hands and like over time, like who's to say that your limbs don't get a little bit tired, or you start thinking things in your head and move towards a certain thing, not consciously doing it. We would never do anything to deceive you guys, like, honestly, but I can't tell you that was like a paranormal kind of encounter there with the Ouija board moving. I mean, it's interesting, it's cool that we did get some movement, but again, like, nothing really meaningful sort of came through. The REM pod also never went off, so I really was hoping that would, but I understand that things can't happen every time you come out and investigate. There is one interesting thing here that I do want to note, and it's odd because I've been here numerous times before and I've never noticed it. I can only notice it tonight, maybe because it is quite still. This is the stillest it's ever been that we've been up here at Yulee Road Cemetery, but there's actually a large like telephone line or power line or something here, and the wires run along this way, like pretty close to us, not super close, but I can actually hear the buzz off of it. I don't know, and I'm not saying and debunking all of everyone's experiences that have happened here, but maybe that's something that could mess with people and cause them to have strange experiences that they can't explain and believe them to be paranormal. So I don't know, I'm no expert, I'm not claiming to be, but if anyone watching has any opinions on that, leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts. I just thought I would point that out because I can actually hear it tonight. It's crazy. Okay guys, so I just hit record on a ghost tube session. I thought that we would do one here since we have had such good luck with it in the past. We are going to walk away from George and Elizabeth's grave and just leave the REM pod recording in there and see if anything happens. I'm just going to go for a walk and just have kind of what we did last time and just have a look at each of these graves and see if anything from the graves jump out at us from what we had picked up on the Ouija board then. So there were a number of letters that we kind of got. Donald McCallum? No.
Vengeful.
Vengeful. That's not good. Are you unhappy that we're here? Foss Hogarth? Alexander Hogarth? Can you give me a name? Spencer Twelftree? Kezia Twelftree? Spencer Twelftree? William Mill Bowman. We did get Will, but it was like Wilf or something, wasn't
Wilf,
it?
I think it was Wilf. Wilfsa.
Wilfsa. Yeah. And I mean, like, most cemeteries would have a Will or William in them, so... I honestly, like, I didn't feel like we got anything too relevant through. John Sampson, Jane Sampson. If there's anybody here and you want to come say hello, please do. We're not here to hurt you. Alright, so we have the big monument here. This was Garlic, what was his name? Moses Bendel Garlic. And he was like the guy that kind of founded the area, I believe. Nothing there's jumping out at me. I don't know, let me know your opinions, guys. I always love to hear from you. Eliza Maud, Frank Loma. Yeah. See, nothing really is jumping out at me as relevant from the Ouija board session. If anyone is here and you would like to communicate and you have something to say, can you come towards us now and just give us a sign? We'd love to help you. We just need to be shown how we can help you. So I think tonight has been kind of interesting. I don't know if we've been super successful in what we have kind of picked up, and I'm still not sure about the Ouija board. Please let me know if you kind of enjoyed seeing it, if you want to see us mess around with it a bit more, maybe concerned about it. Please let me know, that's totally fine. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe, because that'll really helps me out. If you want to do a bit more reading on this haunted cemetery or any other haunted places from around the world, head to my website AmysCrypt.com. You guys can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. I'm at AmysCrypt. I also post a bunch of bonus content over on my YouTube members and my Patreon, which are linked below. But thank you so much for watching, Crypt Keepers. Until next time.